Hey, my name is Martin and welcome to this tutorial about RPG tools. Today we will talk about the day-night cycle. For that I implemented some example scripts in Lua, and at first I will just show you how to use them, and afterwards I will show you the code a bit, but you can skip that if you're not interested in programming at all. So you don't need any programming skills for that. So I just opened the project which I showed you last time. So I just installed the content package, and now we want to activate the day-night cycle, and for that we will switch to the data editor, and here I already selected the correct tab. It's called scripts, and here you can find some scripts which are active by default, and we are interested in the global scripts. Global scripts will be started when the game is started. So we will add a global script here. You need to expand that and then click on Browse Preset. Preset means it's a built-in script. We choose the day-night folder and then choose the daytime script, daytime Lua. So this is a script which just sets some global variables, so other scripts can use the values. So depending on the current time, they can then decide to do something. And the daytime script has some default parameters. So the first one is the start time. Everything is configured using hours. So by default it starts at 12 o'clock, and we will just keep it like that. We have a speed factor, which is currently 60, which means one real-time second is 60 in-game seconds. So in 1 second, 1 in-game minute passes. And I think that value could be okay for a game, but for this tutorial I will speed that up a lot. So let's choose 1800. We can change that later. So just that you can see the effect very fast. And then we have day start. That's when the system sets a global variable, which I called isDay, and this is set to true between 8 and 20 o'clock and to false afterwards or before 8 o'clock. So we will just keep the values as they are. We can save. You don't have to save, you can also test without saving, but I just saved just in case. And now I can show you how to test that if everything worked. So I pressed F5 to play the game. Now there are some textures loading, but that's not important right now. And I pressed F10. And with the F10 menu, you have some cheats, and you also can see some variables. And here you can see that's the daytime, but that's very hard to read. So I have a second variable, daytime hours, which just uses this value and calculates the current hours. And the last variable is called isDay. So currently, yeah, now it just switched to the daytime, and afterwards it will switch to the nighttime at 20 o'clock. But of course that's not very interesting, so these are just the variables behind the system. So what can we do now? We want to to change the ambient light depending on the current time. And for that, we go to the main menu to show events. Here I have some camera movement, which I deactivated. And for this demo, I will now also disable the music because I guess I'm harder to hear when it's active. So we will add a new action. It's always added to the bottom. And the action is called run script. And we go to browse presets again and call the daytime light. We select that. This is a script which changes the ambient light depending on the current time. And we have some values to configure. So most important are the last ones, the minimum alpha value and the maximum alpha value. The default values are 0.2 and 1. So the darkest value will be the minimum value 0.2. And then we want to configure when the brightest value should be used and when the darkest value should be used. And I configured some default values. So I called it brightest peak start time. It's 10 o'clock. That means at 10 o'clock the highest value will be used, which is 1 in this example. And the brightest peak end time, it's 16 o'clock. So from 10 to 16 o'clock, we will always use the maximum value. And afterwards it will fade out until the darkness start time is reached, which is currently 22 o'clock. So we have 6 hours to fade from 1 to 0.2. In-game hours, of course. And then from 22 o'clock until 7 o'clock, it's completely dark, which means it uses the minimum alpha value, which is 0.2. So that should be it already. And we can try it without saving. So now it's 14 o'clock, so it's the maximum value. And now it's getting darker and darker until the minimum value, which is reached at 22 o'clock. So now it's night. And so now it's the next day, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. As you can see, the 0.2, you can still see something, but you can change that. So and now it's getting brighter again. And because I use the speed factor, it's quite fast, but you should turn that a bit down. That's just for this tutorial to show you how it works. And I created another example script where you can have a unit or a character who should go to an area when it's night and then come back to his current position when it's day again. So we will try to use that now. So we will select the layer. I will just dock that. We will select the layer with the cats. Yeah, we can just use such a cat. Let's check the animations it has. Yeah, I think Okay, let's check if behavior, the sleep animation. No, it's not. Use skill is also not a sleep animation. Okay, maybe it's not the best example. Okay, yeah, we can use down one. That looks fine. So, but let's at first set it to idle again. And so at first we will create an area for that cat where it should go to. Let's use a circle area, cat night 01. So that's the name of the area. And then just, let's say it should go, where should it live? Maybe here. So that's the area. Now we go back to the houses layer, select the cat, and assign a script. For that, we add a new component and choose script. Click on browse presets and select day-night movement. So, and this script has two parameters. One is the area. Currently, you need to enter the name manually. So let's copy that. Paste it, and what was the animation name? Something with down underscore one. So that should be it, hopefully. Let's test that. So where's our cat? Oh wait, I forgot one thing. Currently it's by default it's roaming, and we should disable that for this tutorial because that would override the script behavior. So then they would both give commands to the cat. So we set the behavior to none, so it will just stay there for now. Now we need to wait until this day is false, 16 o'clock, and soon it will be night, and then the cat should go there. So let's what? Ah, no, she goes to the place and the sleeping. Yeah. And once the night is over, so at 8 o'clock currently, she will wake up and go home again. So that's how it works. It's of course very simple, and it's mostly meant as an example for you. So you can look at that and modify it as you wish. And this is also an example of how you can use the datetime in your own scripts with whatever you want to do with them. And to create your own script, you can just click on Browse Presets, for example. That's the easiest way. Then, well, no, that's not what I wanted. Then you can copy the script. So in this case, day-night movement. So I clicked on copy. And then you click on browse. And this is the default folder for scripts. So now you can paste it here. Okay, I think I messed it up. Let's try again. Right click, copy. Let's do it like that. And paste. Okay, it's weird that this doesn't work. Let's try one more time. Yeah. Okay, for some reason that doesn't work here. Then, yeah, I will check why that doesn't work. I thought it would work like that. Then we will just do that manually. So I will open the folder where the default scripts are located and copy the day-night movement script and then click on browse. Now I can paste it. Okay, that's weird. For some reason the copy didn't work, but the paste works here in this dialog. I will check why that doesn't work. And then we should rename it to, I don't know, day-night tutorial. So, and then we select the script and we also want to edit it. We can do that directly from this dialog. So we will open it in, I use Visual Studio Code, but you can use any text editor. But Visual Studio Code is quite nice for Lua. So I will quickly show you how the script works. So you have one function, load parameters, where we want to get the values of the two parameters, the night area and the sleep animation. Then we have the init function, which is called once, which just stores the starting position of the unit and stores the state if it is currently day or not. And then we have the update function. And the update function uses the function global variables find value is day and logs an error message when it's not found. And then it stores the current value of is day in this local variable. And yeah, when it's not day and the unit is not moving anymore and the sleep animation wasn't started yet, then it would start the animation and set a flag that it has started this animation. And when you switch between day and night, then the unit either moves to the start position when it's day or it moves back to the night position. And that's just an example of how you can use the variables I exposed. You could also use the hours, so the daytime hours. For that I can show you the daytime light script. That's the built-in script which changes the ambient light. It just exposes all the parameters I just explained to you, and then it tries to find the daytime hours variable, and then it calls get double value to get the actual value of the variable, and then you can just use the hours to do something. So you can just say if hours greater 15 or something like that, then do something. But in this case, I just calculate the alpha value of the ambient light. But with these tools, you could create very complex logic if you want. So similar to the script, which just moves to a single location, you can of course extend that. You can have multiple areas, and it could choose a random area or different animations, maybe a pool of animations for both, whatever. So you can extend it as you like, and these scripts are also meant for that. And of course, you could also, if the daytime script is not what you want to have, then you can also just use your own version of it. As you can see here, it's quite simple. It just uses the current delta time, so that's the time which has passed since the last update call, and then calculates the current time and sets the variables I already showed you, so the daytime, daytime hours, and a stay. But yeah, you can either use that or just create your own version of that. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you will use it and maybe even extend it. And yeah, thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.